I know I like to reference the usefulness of drinking with the instruments that are in view, but this is pretty cool because I mean you could put beer and a shot in this one and like switch it up like Russian, there we are, Russian again, Russian roulette, but with drinks. Or like two people could drink at the same time, or you could pour different drinks into two different people's asses. That works too. I know there's some parties that people like to do that. Not just in Russia. I'm not just saying they're the only ones who do that kind of stuff, but or the Dutch. They get freaky there, but there's probably other countries that like to do that too. Welcome back to Probing with Parker. As always, I'm your host, Parker. Feels like some sort of weird sex toy. I'm gonna be 100% honest here. Like something you'd encounter in like a Russian jail. Something to condition you for the harsh Russian climate of date rape and whatever else they do there. Stuff involving dark places you don't want to be. Or some sort of horseshoe for like a Dutch horse. So when they walked, they had kind of like the clog sound going on. That could work too. Maybe a ping pong racket, although I don't really see how you'd be doing any better than probably just slapping it with your hand. There's something I like. Although it doesn't sound that great. But if you're tired of using it for the same old sexual purposes, then you could always use it as a giant fork. That might work too. If you had two of them, maybe like a salad fork, help you toss your salad. Instrumentally though, I don't really think there's a lot of use for it. Selling horseshoe clogs? Probably. I mean, there's probably a large demographic of people that go to metal shows that either A, use weird sexual devices or own horses. I think that's a pretty popular thing these days. I don't really see a whole lot of use for it. Although if you did put, you know, some stickers and all that over it, it could look pretty underground. You might just be able to trick people into buying it with them not knowing what it is any more than I don't know what it is at this point. Definitely would be a cool shot glass drinking game kind of thing, or like fill one of them with mayo and blindfold somebody and then just kind of make them try and, although mayo is not that much of a drinkable liquid unless you're really drunk or you think it's pudding or something else like that. I can just barely fit 2 fingers in it, which I can't fit my fist, so that loses a couple points in my personal favor, but it would probably make a good addition to the Parker's Playroom, so never know, right?
Put your pecker in one of those?
I could probably fit multiples of my pecker in one of these. It could be another form of game, like whose pecker is it kind of thing, like whose dong is in what slot kind of thing. People like to do that kind of stuff these days, right? I'm not the weird one. All of you are weird for not doing it, so. I'm still bloody confused as to what this is. It does actually look like some weird sexual device that you'd find in Czechoslovakia or some Slavic region. Probably a better sex toy than an instrument, I'd think. Thanks for tuning in.